Hi everyone, welcome. You're here live with Lesley. We're gonna wait for a couple more people to come on and then we're gonna get started. And today's episode is all about self-care. I have the flora and the fauna with me today. So I'm watching because I have a lot of flower boxes out here and it attracts all the bees and hummingbirds. So it's really nice to have nature with me, especially even today. Oh, hi, Brian. Thank you. Lots of love out to my friends and family who come out and listen today. Well, by the way, I'm just trying to keep up with you because you always look amazing every single day. Let me fix my... I have my trusty little headband on today. There's so much going on. It has been a very, very, very busy week. So everything's coming to a head this week, and it's actually really, really nice to relax and get out and get a chance to talk to you guys today. And any day I get an opportunity to just get outside my normal routine and do something a little different, it's very exciting and I love it. I just really enjoy being social even though we're distant. So we'll see a couple of others come on and I'll go ahead and get started and talk about self-care today. And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. Feel free. This is a really relaxed environment, very easygoing. You can ask whatever questions you want to ask. You can make whatever comments you want to make, and just know that this is, although it is social and it's social media, it is a free environment for you to just be yourself and say whatever comes to mind, and just know this is your safe place to be you, and not only be a part of watching everything going on, but to be able to be a part of this process and interact. So do not hold back. By all means, come on in, make comments, feel free to ask questions. This is your forum. It's not just, me, you're live with me, but this is just as much your episode as it is mine. And I'm just sharing a couple of, I almost forgot something. I'm sharing a couple of tips and tricks that have worked for me, that help me on a regular basis get through anything, and it just keeps me balanced. So I gotta plug something up. I do not want this to die on us while we are out here. So as we look at taking care of ourselves, and this is every day, this has nothing, yes, people need to look at taking care of themselves probably a little bit more during coronavirus, but this is every day. Whether, even if we were back in our normal lifestyle before coronavirus, this is something that is key to keeping your sanity, keeping your balance, and making you feel good on a regular basis and living quality everyday life. So self-care, let me start off by saying there is no perfect life. I try and cultivate a beautiful life for myself and put joy and happiness in it, because happiness is a state of mind. I truly believe you have to want it and take it. it's something that you have to believe in. And even when things aren't going your way, it is your responsibility to keep yourself and maintain your joy and your happiness. You can't let someone else take it away from you. You can't let circumstances take that joy from you. And it's hard because this world has so many crazy things that will come up out the blue. And that goes back to the whole resiliency piece that I was talking about before. Resiliency is not having this perfect life where everything goes right. It is in the midst of the storm, in the midst of things and tragedy and things going wrong, how well do we bounce back and are able to take those things and see them in a way where we've learned something, or we can take those nuggets of information from whatever happened and come out stronger, come out thriving, and come out without falling apart. That is something that I want to pass on to my children, something that I work with every day. It's something that in some organizations and in some businesses, it's lip service. They will say it and they will put it out in a way where it's almost like a broad brushstroke of, oh yes, resiliency is important. We need you to take care of yourself. And the second something goes wrong for you, instead of looking at you and saying, how can we help you? What do you need? Some organizations and some people are just like, oh, we don't want that stink on us. Or they look at you and say, you didn't do what you needed to do. We can point the finger at you for not caring for yourself, and shame on you. And that's not what it's about. Resiliency and self-care they coincide, they coexist to make a balanced life for us, because it's not always going to be gravy. It's not always going to be easy. And the key that we have to really take away is, when those times are hard, what are the stories that we tell ourselves? What are the things that we do to keep ourselves going? Do we lie to ourselves? Do we tell ourselves the truth, but find a way to see the beauty in it? So there's a lot of aspects to resilience and caring for ourselves in the best way for us as an individual, because what I need isn't necessarily the same thing that you need. And we have to be able to see someone not by our own lens, but see them in a way that we can see them for who they are, and not who we want them to be, who we project on them to be, and judging them one way or another, and being a true friend or a family member, watching others go through things. Sometimes we are not as understanding as we should be with the things that they're going through, and it's important for us to be able to be good to them and be good to ourselves. So with that being said, self-care is looking inwards and looking at ourselves without being selfish and looking at ourselves from a self-centered perspective, but looking at ourselves from, where can I add more depth and balance and beauty and joy to my life, and how do I care for myself so when those tough times come, I can bounce back. I can still feel good about myself going through those things, and I can remember that what I'm going through is just a season. It's not permanent. It's not forever. So with that said, I have a couple of self-care tips, and this goes for men as well as women. It's not just one size fits all. And if you have recommendations and you think of things as well that work, that you've used in the past, please share those with the group so everybody can hear about them and see your comments. And if everything goes right and we don't have a glitch, I will save this video and share it with others, so even those that couldn't be on today will be able to see it later. So one tip I always give folks is a home spa. Make sure you make your home conducive to an environment that brings you peace and recharges you when you come into it. You don't want to come home and feel stress when you come through the door. If you're coming from your work environment, especially our caregivers that are in the hospitals every day working hard and on the front lines caring for people, when they come home they have to strip at the door and stay away from their children and just do all these extra precautions. So their home needs to be a haven. Make your home a haven. Every inch of it, from your kitchen and your foyer when you come through the door, through your garage when you park your car. If you can avoid having your garage cluttered, because that just makes you, as soon as you come in, you see that clutter in the garage. And I know a lot of people store stuff in your garage. I am not, personally, I don't like to store a lot of stuff in my garage. I don't. Because the clutter just makes me feel anxious. So I try to make sure I have other storage in my home or outside of my home or in other places. I will get a storage unit in a minute and put things in it so I don't have to be bothered with it in my garage or in my home. So then if you have a staircase, yes, do something beautiful on your staircase, provided you don't trip on it. But I love the LED candles. They're not lit with actual fire, but you can take those LED candles and you can line them up your staircase or put them in a really cozy entryway and stack them. Instead, if you don't have a fireplace, you could make yourself a mock fireplace. You can either buy a mantle for a bare, boring wall, or you could buy an electric fireplace, and you can either use that electric fireplace or you can use the mantle and then place these beautiful candles, LED or regular beautiful lit candles, stacked in there, just numerous. You could get 5 to 10 and just stack them at different heights and put them in there, and it gives this beautiful glow and ambiance to your room. I love lanterns. I use them inside and outside. I love to use lanterns for decorating. I've used them in my dining room, in my kitchen. I use them in my living room. I love fireplaces, like I said before, whether they're gas, wood burning, fake, or real. It doesn't matter. Anything that brings ambiance and that you like. All the things that you like, make sure you're bringing those things into your environment to make you feel good. So that's one thing. Another thing that helps your home have a nice ambiance, I talked about scents with one of the other interviews that I did earlier this week. Scents are important. Whether you have a beautiful scented candle, whether you have, like I love to use diffusers. I use the oil burning diffusers for different areas of my house. I have them in my master bedroom. I have them in my living room. I have a couple, but I can move them around. I even have a little portable one for my car, and one that I used to use in my office at work. So those are really great things that bring a beautiful scent. And whatever you're trying to convey, sometimes I may have a hard time waking up in the morning. I use a beautiful tangerine to just wake up the senses. I will use lavender, and there's this scent called Valor. If you're familiar with Young Living Oils, they have a scent called Valor, and it works for a lot of other things, almost like a medicinal purpose. Hi! I see other people are joining us. So if you use Valor and lavender mixed together, it gives off this really mature, sexy vibe. It's very relaxing, and it smells adult but vibrant at the same time. It's difficult to say vibrant and relaxing at the same time, but yes, it awakens the senses and it soothes you at the same time. So if you're familiar, those two scents together, amazing. And sometimes I'll put the Valor on right here on my wrists, and it's just really nice and soothing. I do take a little vial, the 5 ml vial of lavender with me when I would go out, and if my kids were with me especially, I would have that with me, and it would, if they started acting a little crazy, I would smell it, or I might put a little bit here, and the scent would just relax me instantly. And it was like, okay, whatever, we're good, everybody relax. And so scent is very important, which goes back to, if you don't have essential oils that you can use to diffuse, you can use the reed diffusers. You find your favorite store and you can get one of the reed diffusers that you like, and just put those in and enjoy the scents. I have them in my bathroom, I have them in other little areas of my house. I love to put them in closets, especially the linen closet and the coat closet. So when someone comes in and I'd take their coat, I'd open that door and that scent just came out, and it was so beautiful and subtle the way it would just roll through the entire home. So just think of creative ways that you can use scent. If you have a signature scent, or you have a wonderful cologne or perfume that you love the scent, spray it in a room. You don't just have to put it on your body. You can spray it in your bathroom, spray it in your master bedroom, spray it wherever you want the scent, and enjoy, and let it just give you this nice environment. So home spa, again, we talked about scents, we talked about candles and lighting and different ways to bring ambiance in. Fabrics, beautiful fabrics, rich fabrics, fur, suede, velvet, satin. Bring those elements of texture and beauty and colors that are pleasing to your eye. If you like jewel tones, bring in a couple of jewel tones, maybe in a throw pillow or a throw. If you like soft, muted down tones, try the grays. There's so many different varieties of gray, even beautiful purples, emerald. There's so many varieties. If you like cool colors, stick to the silver family, the blues, the greens. Stick to maybe the purples, very nice cool tones. If you like the warmer tones, maybe something in the bronzy orange or reddish burgundy family. Whatever your take. And if you want to do something a little bit more pastel, so you like those rich jewel tones, but you like, say, in the warm tones, bring it down a little bit with a pastel version, and then that you can add those elements maybe onto a couch that's more neutral, or your bedding. Just find out and take swatches, or you could look at a box of crayons and look at what those colors do for you. And if you pull out a color and it speaks to you in a certain way, then you know that color either irritates you or it calms you. Remember, the color as well as scent, they can work to your favor. Whether it's cool or warm, or the richer jewels or the soft pastels. Take it in any direction that makes you feel good, that you like. Don't just follow trends, because trends come and go. Don't just follow what someone may say, oh, this is the it thing. It's all about making sure you pick what works and makes you happy. So we've talked about the home spa in respect to bringing in rich fabrics now, bringing in those lighting and tones and things that make you feel good. We've talked about some other things when it comes to scents. So what are some other things that we can do to make our home more like a spa? If you have an amazing bathroom, do not neglect any room in the house. Do not neglect that restroom. Even the toilet area. You can have pictures on the wall. You can bring in some beautiful landscape pictures. You can, whatever you like. If you like florals, if you like something more masculine because you're a guy, bring in those elements. Bring in beautiful scented soaps, whether that's liquid or bar soap, it doesn't matter. Bring in what smells great for you. Maybe bring in plants. They can be real, they can be fake, but you could have a beautiful arrangement in your bathroom. If you have a shelf, you can even add a little glass shelf somewhere where you can set a beautiful vase with a couple of flowers every now and then in there. You can add beautiful towels that color coordinate, paint the walls. I saw a wall in a restroom that I had to go to in a boutique. And this boutique, their restroom, they had fabric on the ceiling and their walls were the most stunning champagne color. I was just amazed. And I thought, and it just had this glow with specks of gold and in the paint. So if you find something like that with specks of gold, oh my goodness, or metallics built in, use them. Yes, you can do a beautiful wallpaper if you like. Don't be afraid of experimenting and trying things. I knew back in the day, years and years ago, I took a mirror. Hi! I see Gio Flores. Hola! Hi! But I took trim, the beautiful fabric trim or ribbon, and I took an ugly mirror that had basically no frame around it or anything, and I lined the edges of this mirror with this fabric. I think I staple gunned it to the wall around it, but I lined this mirror and it added this softness because the mirror had edges to it that these sharp edge to it that didn't look great. It didn't add anything to the bathroom. So if you want to add something to the mirror, something that just goes around and softens that look up, you can add ribbon or fabric around it to soften it up. And I used a beautiful brown. It was satiny, and it had a little bit of texture to it, and it had the wiring on the end, so you could shape it a little bit around the edge. You could do that. So you have all these different things that you can do and that you can add beauty to your space. Now, moving from the things that you can add, whether it's lighting or candles, fabrics, beautiful rugs, shag rugs, the list just goes on and on. Use your books and stack them in different ways to make your environment cozy, bringing in the outdoors in with plants, even in your lavatory, even in your bathroom or your master bath. You can put beautiful ficus trees or something that adds an element of beauty to your environment. Now we're looking at, how do I actually have a spa time? What kind of things can I do in my home that will give back to me, that will fill my cup and make me feel good on a regular basis? So one tip I use is scheduling real spa time in your home. So not everybody knows how to do a facial. Not everybody knows how to do a manicure. I just did a manicure on myself recently. I schedule them during the week. So Wednesday could be wash day, and you wash your hair on Wednesday. Tuesday, I call Tuesday, for me it's tip day. I like to give tips on Tuesday, but Tuesday could be manicure day for you. And listen, everybody's busy. People have children, people have lives, they have things going on. I understand totally. That's why scheduling can be the perfect solution for you, because you can put it on a day that you, in a time that works for you. So Monday could be focusing on, something else. I like to do facials I used to do them on Sundays, usually in the afternoon, after mass, after, the rush of the morning and the day. I'd come back home, I'd change clothes, and then just put on something really cozy and comfy, and I would do my facials when I had a little downtime just for myself. And I might watch a really good, just a good movie that I really love, and do everything. And I can give you some ideas on how to do a good facial. It starts from, the light cleansing. There's certain things that I like to do when I do facials, and I'll save that for another time when you guys probably want to spend a day with me where I'll actually do a facial and show you what I do. But make the cucumber and lemon water and put it in a little pitcher or dispenser. If you want to feel fancy, put it in a beautiful decanter, or put it in a beautiful dispenser, and have that nice and cold and ready for you. So while you have on your mask, you can get your nice spa water. You can take your shower and use it as a steamer. You can use it like a sauna, and you're gonna have to run it for a little bit. So I know people are conscious of using too much water, don't want you to overuse your water, but get it super hot. Turn that sucker up super hot, close everything off, shut all the doors, shut everything off, so all the steam builds up really fast and nice and steamy in there. And once you get really good and steamy, then not everybody has a bench in their shower, but if you have a little place where you can stand or sit, you don't want to get in the hot scalding water, you can even turn it off at that point, because you've got the steam going everywhere, and you can just sit in there and just take in that steam for a good 15 minutes. That's all it really takes. Or you can boil some water in a pan over your stove, and just let the steam build up. Get a towel over your head, and then just let the steam steam your face. That can be very soothing, very relaxing. It can help with just tension and stress relief, and it's a quick solution you can do. If you're already in the kitchen cooking, just get a little pot, put some water in there, get it good and hot and boiling, and then just use that steam to steam your face. There's a number of different ways you can steam. Sally Beauty Supply and a lot of other beauty supply shops, they carry these little bonnets that you can attach to your blow dryer to blow dry your hair. Well, I'll take it a step further, and you can use it to steam your hair. You do not have to use a professional steamer. If you have a humidifier, you can actually take the nozzle of that bonnet and put it right down in the part of the machine that puts out all the humidity. And you could put it in there to try to trap the humidity, and then it'll come up through the bonnet and it'll steam your hair, and it can steam your hair, your face, everything really nicely. So that's a great way to get steam in on a regular basis, and you don't have to go to a salon, or you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on a professional steamer. You can do it right at home, steaming your hair, especially if you have naturally curly hair. Steaming at least once a month, at least. If you can do it twice a month, like every 2 weeks, or I don't know if you need to do it every week, but at least every 2 weeks to once a month, you will see a difference, especially in the spring and summer. You will see a significant difference in the manageability of your hair, the softness, and just all these wonderful things that your hair will do for you. Mine will just turn into wonderful ringlets. My conditioner works better. And sometimes I'll put a little conditioner on the ends and just steam it, and then my curls fall really, really nice and defined, and I don't have to do a lot to it. So that's one of the things that you can add to your schedule as a spa day routine, to just steam your hair or steam your face or have a steam shower once a week or once every so often to relieve stress and to relax and be your best. Now, do not be afraid to ask me questions as we go, because I see we have quite a few of you guys coming on, and I'm giving you guys some different tips on how to build your home spa, how to make your home a really beautiful self-care environment. Tea. I drink tea. I try to drink tea every day. I love warm herbal teas. I let them cool down a little bit. I steep them a little bit on the hotter side, but I drink them. They're cooled down just a little bit. But green tea. I love my green tea, and I will take my cup of green tea and I will come out here on the veranda and I will drink my green tea, read a book, meditate, whatever it is, and it just puts me in a nice, calm, relaxing, peaceful environment, just drinking my tea, just that little bit of time. So there are so many different teas. You can find a tea that you like, whether it's a green tea, matcha, black tea, white teas. There's Tivana. There's so many different teas out there. There's sleepy time teas. There's, if you like regular Lipton tea, there is time for that too. There are benefits from drinking tea versus maybe a coffee or an herbal tea that doesn't have caffeine in it. But I find that when I drink matcha or green tea, it brings down any inflammation I might have in my body. It soothes and relaxes me, and it also almost acts like a natural Motrin. So I don't have to take as Motrin if I'm having some sort of muscle pain or having something that's bothering me, or I tweaked a muscle or something. I can drink my green tea, and between the green tea, the bananas, pineapple, and certain other things, they'll take most of the inflammation or the muscle aches right on out. So you can build that time to have healthy, beautiful, fruit bowls with your tea time, and come outside. You can make if you have a porch, if you have a nice little area with the weather starting to really improve and more sunshine, try to get outside and just take it in and relax with it and enjoy. So we have our teas, we have our beautiful environment, we have our outdoors brought indoors. You see, I have my boxwood behind me, and I bring the green in and out. There's so many things that we can incorporate in our home to help with our self-care. So we notice that it's important for us to exfoliate and to take care of our skin. Our biggest organ is our skin, our epithelial tissue all around our body. And so it's important that you care for it. Moisturize your skin. Use lotion. There's so many people that have dry, itchy skin, and it could be in your environment. It could be the water that you are using in the shower. Most people don't talk about hard water. I'm going to talk to you about hard water. Make sure you have a way to soften the water in your home. That will help you with your spa day, whether it's your drinking water that helps from the inside out, to your shower water. If you have hard water in your house, if you notice regions that have hard water, the women's skin and face look harsher. Even the ones that are beautiful and fit, they look a little bit more harsh. The places that have soft water, you notice the women look a little bit softer. Their skin just seems to glow. They look a little more youthful. They don't look so harsh. Their hair is softer. It matters when you wash your hair on wash day. It matters every time you take a bath or a shower. If I'm in a hard water environment, and you know, if you have those stains, those pink or limey stains in your shower or on your glass, it is so important. You can add those shower filter heads. I always add a shower filter head when I move to a region with hard water, and it helps. Or if you can't do that, use the giant bottles of water or purified water, the gallon jugs. If you can, have a couple in your bathroom, and yes, you can rinse your hair with the bottled water or the purified water, and that you'd be amazed at how amazing your hair will feel and look when you use that type of water on your skin and your hair. It changes everything. Trust and believe. I would not just tell you this if I hadn't done it before. So it's so important to have that good quality water. I know that hard water has more minerals, but let me tell you, from someone that knows about Pro-V vitamin, hair care products and stuff that tout all these provitamins, and then they're stripping and ruining your hair, something can have vitamins and still ruin your hair and your skin. So if you want a quality spa, self-care environment, think about your water, because water and sleep are the keys to usefulness and self-care, and these are the basics, water and sleep. And so from water, and we're talking about, oh yes, thank you, Brian, for mentioning that, and using sunblock when you go out. Even when it's cloudy, do not be fooled. You are getting rays, and even dangerous rays, through those cloudy days. So make sure you're wearing your sunblock every day, not just when you go to the beach or sometimes. All the time, you should be wearing sunblock. Yes, I love sunblock. My favorite, I'm going to do a shameless plug, even though I am not being paid by them. I am not getting anything special from anyone, and if I do, you'll know. Neutrogena Dry Touch sunblocks are my favorite because you can wear them under your makeup. They don't clog your pores, and I love a nice matte look to my skin, and most of you will see when I do my makeup, I tend to have a more matte look, but I still like a plump youthfulness through it. And with that sunblock by Neutrogena Dry Touch, I like their 70 and above SPF. I don't mess around with anything really under 75, I'll be honest. You can save 30, 45, 50, whatever. If it's under 70, I'm not trying to fool with it. It's just not my thing. So I do recommend that if you can get something a little bit higher, then by all means do that. Don't be afraid to go with a higher SPF. I mean, why not? Why not? And I don't like feeling greasy underneath. So Neutrogena Dry Touch is my absolute favorite. And I'm always good about showing people my different products. So yes, make sure you're using sunblock. Make sure you're caring for your skin. So sunblock when you go out, water, and now we're talking about sleep. So sleep for your self-care. Sleep is so critical. It's so important. I can't stress enough. I've watched people, I've gone to war, and I've seen guys go down in flames. They try to stay up all night and stay up all day, and day after day, and then all of a sudden they start graying. They'd start drinking Rippets and Monsters and all this stuff to keep going, and you will find it has a very negative effect on your body. I don't care how fit you think you are. I don't care how much you think you know so much. Let me tell you, those Rippets and those fuel drinks and stuff will kill you. I watched someone I care about used to drink them every day, work out every day, and just late nights working, and then next thing we knew, we get home, has a stroke, and then not much longer after that, they die. And I'm telling you, your sleep, drinking water and hydrating, using your sunscreen, those are important. So your sleep environment, there are a lot of people that are not getting enough rest. They're not sleeping at all. They either have insomnia, they have sleep deprivation, they have sleep disorders, and if you're supposed to use a machine, use your machine. It works. Or if it's not working for you, then you may need a different machine or something else. Make your environment for self-care a priority. It's not going to work if it's not a priority. And if you're going to have your bedroom conducive for sleep, please make sure that you put linens on your bed that make you feel good. If satin is what makes you feel good, put satin on them. Well, I mean, why not? What, is that just for certain people? Is it? Let go of any inhibitions that you might have about, or stereotypes you might have about luxury, or things that, oh, I'm just gonna sit and eat bonbons all day and sleep on my satin sheets. I tell you, there are beautiful cotton sheets, Egyptian cotton, different types of vintage cotton. They do different technology and things to the fabrics to make them feel sateen. Restoration Hardware, I love that place. If I could live in there, I would. Restoration Hardware, now they're expensive, I'm not even gonna lie, but those sateen sheets that they have in Restoration Hardware are so good. They're so good. Oh, it's like slap your mama good. They make you feel so amazing. And I have two sets. I have two sets that I swap out because I had to get one set in one color, and then I went and got another set that are sateen, but it's a little less expensive, and I got them, I think I got them, it wasn't Home Goods, I got them at Marshall's or TJ Maxx, and they're amazing too. So you don't have to spend a fortune, and yes, you can get them in any size, and you can just put that beautiful sateen sheets on your bed. I love a feather bed too. Feather beds make you feel like you're laying on a cloud, just a beautiful cloud, and you can do just a beautiful solid white for your bed, just beautiful stark white all over your bed, and do the sateen sheets, the feather bed. And even in the winter, feather beds are not too heavy, they're light, so you feel like you're sleeping on a cloud. It's light, you're not gonna sweat, it's just gonna be nice and airy. Whether it's winter or summer, it doesn't matter. It's just, it has a cooling effect in the summer, especially with the air coming in, the AC, and then it has this warming effect in the winter where it's very nice. Pillows are important. And I'm not talking about your decorative throw pillows. I'm not talking about the shams on your bed. They're there to look pretty because you're just going to take them off at night. I'm talking about the pillow you sleep on every night. Spa day, spa, home spa, self-care. Tip for me, if you can, especially if you have neck issues, back issues, or any sort of physical issues that sometimes that could be affecting your sleep, get a gel pillow. You heard it from me. I'm not going to lie to you. Get yourself a good quality gel pillow. Do not get the cheap one. Get the more expensive one. I don't even know if JCPenney is still is still going strong, but JCPenney used to have this luxury line of pillows, and they had gel pillows, and it was their higher end pillows. But when they had a sale, and you brought those coupons in, and they had those sales, you could get those. I ended up paying. This was like probably anywhere between $160 pillow, and I got it for almost $20. So I waited for that sale, and I got I was debating on two different types of pillows, but the gel pillow was it. It has the weight to it, it has the depth to it, so it shapes to your neck and your body to give you that perfect rounding to shape to your body and your neck to keep you suspended perfectly for the alignment of your neck and your back. And if you're a back sleeper, side sleeper, it works for both. And I always feel just like I'm laying on a cloud when it just molds to you very beautifully. And they're washable, machine washable, so you can wash them, you can care for them, they last for years, and they're amazing. So if you can, write this down. Invest in a beautiful gel pillow, because those gel pillows are great. They're just amazing. I just don't know how many people have been satisfied and happy with their gel pillows. The next thing about your pillow, I like to sleep on a cool pillow. I don't know if anybody else does as well, but if you like gel, if you want a cool pillow, they usually help you sleep better. Make sure your environment isn't too hot either, because the temperature is warming up. Keep your house a couple degrees cooler when it's time to go to bed, so your room cools down, and you will really sleep better in a cooler environment. Make sure, if you want a cooler pillow, the gel pillows stay cool, but also satin pillowcases. Satin, or they have special fabrics that make your hair kind of slick off the pillow. So if you're not crazy about wrapping your hair up and you just want to go to bed, get a great satin pillowcase. I've been sleeping on satin since I was probably 9. My mom instilled it in us. Thank God I have a mother that, she was big on certain things with self-care, and she taught those things to us. But from that young age of sleeping on a satin pillowcase to now, and even men, even young boys. I have boys with curly hair, and sometimes they would wake up and their hair would just be like, ugh. So yeah, I got them masculine colors that went with their bedding, but one of them slept on my pillowcase and was like, this feels good, I want one. So I was like, you know what, you got it. And little by little, I got them satin pillowcases, and yeah, their curls they're bigger, they're more quenched, their hair looks better, and it's easier to maintain. And when they need a trim, I can sometimes prolong their trims and just put some styling product in their hair. And then when I wash their hair too at night, it dries really nice, and their curls just look really, really great, better after using those pillowcases. So keep your environment cooler. If you're cold natured, luxury throws. Get them in beautiful fabrics. I think I mentioned this on a previous show. Fur blankets. We fight over them. That's why I have so many in my house, because every time people would fight over them, I would bring another one in the house. So there's tons of fur blankets all over the place. And sometimes I'm missing a fur blanket and I see a little person moving down the hall with a fur blanket wrapped around their body. We love them, and we keep the house a little cooler, so when we're sitting watching movies or we're relaxing, we just put a fur blanket on and relax. Just imagine it, just visualize it, and we'll get to visualization later as well. Visualize it. You're sitting watching a great movie or a TV show that you like. You're streaming something that's huge right now. I don't know what you're all into. You can tell me your favorite shows or what you're into streaming. Give some other folks some ideas. And you put on that fur blanket and you have your favorite beverage of choice, whether that's tea or a little wine or cognac, Chardonnay, whatever it is that you like, or a virgin drink of choice. It could be a Shirley Temple or a virgin daiquiri or a virgin margarita. And you're just, and some popcorn. And we love popcorn. So I will pop popcorn. I put butter on my popcorn. Also, this is a squirrel moment, coconut oil. Coconut oil. If you pop your popcorn in them, I don't use the microwavable popcorn, but I use the regular popcorn, and I put the kernels in a lunch bag, and I'll throw it in the microwave for 2 minutes and pop popcorn really quick. But I bought a popcorn maker, so I have a little industrial like popcorn maker, and I make popcorn. And you've got your fur blanket, you've got your drink, you've got your popcorn, and you're relaxing, and you've got your mood lighting with candles or not, or if you have dimmers on your lights, or you don't, get dimmers for your lights and get that ambiance like a movie theater or whatever in your room. If you have surround sound, get your surround sound going and watch a great movie with your fur blanket on, the house just a little bit cooler. If you have a loved one there with you, you snuggle up next to each other with the fur blanket around both of you and have your day to relax and just chill. Doesn't that sound great? Doesn't that sound fun? And you're not in a hurry. You're not in a rush to go anywhere or do anything. You could do it if you're not watching a movie, you're reading a book. Sit down, relax with your fur blanket, and read a good book with your beverage of choice. Whatever floats your boat. Your home is a home spa. You are living in a spa. You have built your home to be a beautiful environment every day, and you're living a beautiful life every day. And then when you have adversity, that fur blanket is going to soothe you. When you're having a rough day, you can still do those same things. You could be crying on that couch with that fur blanket around you, and people hopefully that love you hugging you. And if you don't have anybody at home with you, you got that fur blanket. And I tell you, it has the same effect that as a baby, when you had that baby blanket and it soothed you and it relaxed you, those fur blankets have that same impact, and it's soothing. And you don't have to turn to ice cream or something else. Now, ice cream is good. I love some ice cream, especially Brewster's. I love their ice cream. I wonder if they're open. I need to check. I wonder if they'll deliver. So, fur blankets, luxury fabrics. If you don't like fur, you could do a satin. They have the velvet on one side, satin on the other. Awesome. They feel good. They look good. You can fold it where both sides show. You can fold it where just one side shows. Depending on your mood, you could show satin one day, show the velvet the next day. Suede is always nice, but it's a little bit heavier, especially in the summer. You could use some sort of microfiber blanket, but it could be a fluffy blanket. It could be, I wouldn't say wool necessarily, but there are different varieties of blankets. Some people are into the crocheted blankets. Whatever makes you feel good, do it. It's about you. Just like drinking wine. It's about your taste. It's not about what some expert says about the notes and the region and where those are important. But at the end of the day, you gotta drink it. You gotta pay for it. You have to like it. And if you love it, that's what's important. So you've made your environment a home spa. make sure you stock up on the things that are good for you. So we talked about drinks, we talked about teas. Start stocking up on those things, those drinks and those foods that make you feel good, that bring down inflammation, that you can have around the house, whether that's popcorn or bananas bring down, when you have sore muscles, you can eat a couple bananas. Pineapple is really good for bringing down inflammation. I like to buy a whole pineapple. It's cheaper anyway. And then I just chop them up myself and put it on platters, and then everybody can just come and go and get what they want. Do not forget to make comments as we're going along, because I see some of you have made some great comments. And don't forget to ask questions as well. Have those great foods. Have your tea. Yes, if you want to have a home bar and you like a couple of things to drink, make sure you build your bar. And some people don't know what to get. You get it according to your tastes. So if you like something on the drier side, if you like liquors, you want to have a variety of different liquors because you like to mix drinks. So then you want your scotch, you want your vodka, you want all your different varieties, so you can be prepared to mix. If you just like champagne and that's your thing, then get your favorite champagne. So when you have those days, you can have a little something for yourself. If you like margaritas and daiquiris, go ahead and start purchasing those mixes that you like so much and have them on hand. If you like beer, which has great carbohydrates, I know people think I'm crazy, but when I was younger and I knew I had a PT test the next day, I would eat pasta and drink a beer. And as long as I knew I was going to burn it all off the next day, I had these extra carbs. So when I took that PT test, it was like I had this extra bolt of energy to just punch through my runs and punch through everything, my push-ups and sit-ups. I had that extra surge of energy that I needed to get through it. But you have to burn it. You can't just eat them and drink them and not burn that stuff off, because that's when you get the beer gut. So, but I love a dark ale every now and then, so don't be afraid to get the things that you like. You might love a Corona, you know what I mean, with lime. You might like a good lager, whatever it is you like. So, red wine, white wine, or a combination of both, depending. I have a method for what I like and how I like it. I like my whites to be crisp and have certain notes of fruit notes in them. So I love the German whites, and I love the French reds, and I experiment with reds from different countries and different regions, and there's amazing stuff from South Africa and other places. What is it, Klein Constantia? I can't find that stuff anywhere, but there's some really, I think I just had a fiasco in my yard, but those are things that you can pick up that are going to be great to have on hand when you need them. I have a movie projector that's up right now for movie night because it's a beautiful day, it's nice and warm, so I set up everything to be able to have movie night outside, and I'll show you some pictures of the setup and everything, but that goes back to having a beautiful environment where you can enjoy your space and you can just do the things that you want to do. So scheduling the things you want to do for your home spa and your self-care, facials, manicures, your taking care of your hair, taking care of your skin, taking care of your body. If you don't have a loofah sponge to get that dead skin off, think about the dry brushes. There are some amazing dry brushes that work on stimulating and circulating the skin as it's brushing, and it sloughs off dead skin, and you can do it all over your body, and it will give your body a beautiful glow. It'll get rid of the dead skin cells.